Gutterball.
Welcome everyone to frame 29 of Gutterball. We got our co-host Paul down there, and right over there we got our great friend and guest today, Foster. Kind of tell the people what you're about. I don't know. Give us a little synopsis. Run us down.
Well, I live near Jackson in Superior, just across the bridge. Known Paul for a while, Jackson not as long. But yeah, I work in Superior at this at a big plant, running big machinery and kind of sketchy stuff. But yeah, glad to be on.
Hell
Never been
yeah,
on a
man.
podcast,
Yeah,
so
man. Thanks for coming
Yeah,
on.
awesome. Yeah.
How's your week been, Foster?
it's been pretty good, pretty cold. Towards the beginning of the week, I was
Mhm.
part of what we do. You have to stand outside and run a control box, and so for a 12-hour shift, every other hour, I was just standing in the cold at the edge of the bay with the wind, and
Oh
so that was
God.
really, yeah, that was not fun, but it's whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Jack, how's your week?
Pretty good. My buddy Glenn's in for town for Christmas, so we've just been hanging out doing shit.
Playing
It's
Halo.
it- yeah, playing Halo. Hell yeah, Halo One Legendary. Not that hard. Overhyped. We haven't gotten to the flood yet, so I can't even really talk. The library sucks.
I
But
just don't
other
like
than
the
that,
grenades. The amount of grenades is that they throw
yeah,
at you is
especially
unnecessary.
especially when you put on throw more grenades,
Yeah.
and then it's a lot. But yeah, not really a whole lot. It's been pretty much chilling this week.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. My week's been pretty average. I had Monday off of work. We were closed. I took Tuesday, Wednesday off. So today was really my first day back, but I worked from home today. So like, and then today is my only day in the office, and I do have to go into work Saturday for a network restructure thing. I usually don't work weekends, but just got to get shit done. But yeah, it's been a pretty average week. Speaking of the cold, though, this has got to be like one of the worst winters we've had so far collectively, right? Like,
Mhm.
usually it's not that negative temperatures in December, bro. That's like January, February weather, right? Wouldn't
Yeah,
you say?
yeah.
I mean, I've seen
It's
colder
been
winters. Not
it's
good.
been super cold. Like, I think over the cold is the amount of snow. Like, we have a family cabin up the North Shore. They got My dad was up there for like 3.5 days straight moving snow. They got 40 inches of snow.
Holy, like
Jesus.
past two harbors?
Yeah, yeah, like north,
Holy
right?
crap.
But I mean, even here we got like easily 2 feet plus,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
know. It was the snow, I think, because in town, the lake, the snow doesn't come as heavy, but like even just 20 minutes outside of town, it's so much more. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was out there shoveling and snow blowing for my mom because my dad was up north and couldn't do it. And I'm not gonna make my mom, I'm gonna sit at home and be
Yeah,
like, yeah, mom, you got it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know
wanna.
that.
I don't wanna. It's like I can't do that. So
That's
No.
I
funny.
think if anything, it's the snow that's been abnormal this year.
It has.
I haven't seen it like this.
I think they set up in your area, Duluth and Superior, anyways, that you guys are an inch away from breaking the record for December, and you guys are supposed to get an inch like tomorrow. So like you guys might break a record for December, I think. Down here, obviously we didn't get as much as you guys, but we've gotten the same pretty much temperatures. It's been cold, in the Twin Cities here. Um, just in general, I read though, just like this cold front we had, where we had like these negative couple weeks of like nearly negative or right at the bar 0 degree weather. It's been like this, like it's not just us, but like other places, other states, like it's the coldest it's been like in December for them, which is kind of crazy to think about. If you look at like the weather radar, like other states, like even like fucking Missouri and all these other places were like super cold. I don't know. I just climate change is real. I just
Mhm.
don't think global warming isn't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love all like all the wine mom Facebook posts I've seen where it's like, yeah, guys, the planet's getting warmer and there's like ice on their driveway or
Right.
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Mhm. You know what I saw
Uh,
was, well, the planet, it's I mean, maybe it is or isn't, but yeah, it definitely is. But people are getting colder. I saw that on Vsauce talking about people are just getting colder, like by like 0.003 like each year. So now we're like our average is like 97 or like 96 or something. We just keep going
Weird.
down. Yeah, it is kind of
Interesting.
weird.
That is weird. It's just like, I don't know, dude. You look at like history of what we know about the planet, it has historically heated up and cooled down and heated up and cooled down
Mhm.
for fucking the beginning of time, as
Yeah.
far as we know. So The Earth's flat. No, I'm just fucking kidding.
Oh God.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's actually honeycombs inside. The ground's not real.
the
The
honeycombs-
Hollow Earth.
Yeah. all
There's
over.
actually lizard people that live in tunnels underneath us. Secret
That is-
society.
And they live up. No, they live in fucking Antarctica and shit. That's where they are. I
Dude,
ever
you
wonder why
wanna
you can't
know-
go there?
Dude, hey,
Why?
dude, you're talking about the South Pole.
Oh yeah, South Pole. Yeah.
Dude, there are no pictures of the South Pole that weren't
Nope.
taken by a government.
Mm-hmm. What's
I'm
going
just
on?
saying.
There's test
I'm just saying,
facilities
dude.
where there are fucking like horrible things are going on in there because there's no way it's not. Somebody's
Go on
over
Google
there.
Earth. Go on
Yeah,
Google
go on
Earth
Google.
right now.
Tell me what you see.
Go to the South Pole. There's a blank circle.
Yeah, that's it.
That is, it's the entrance to the Hollow Earth, dude.
Oh god.
Yeah,
what it
dude,
is.
you're not allowed over there.
If I disappear, you know what happened.
Yeah.
What if
Tell my story.
Earth is shaped like a Chinese finger trap? We're being lied to. It's like
What
it's
the
all
fuck?
like it's fucking.
It's the tunnel.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
tunnel.
Oh, fuck that.
That's true.
So before we jump into the how we met Foster stories or how Foster met us, I just need to bring this up because Dana White is pissing me off yet again. They're raising pay-per-view prices again for 2023, bro.
Ridiculous.
Now,
What was it at, and where is it now? Like, how much did they go up?
So I'll just give you a reference. They started out, I think, probably even before my time, though, like $50. Like I think even lower than that, right? So I was like, okay, that's reasonable because they'd have like back then it'd be like one pay-per-view every couple months or every 6 months if they could. Now they're putting on like 1 to 2 a month, man. So last year it was $70 with ESPN Plus subscriptions. You'd pay $70 to get it. Without ESPN Plus, I think it was $100. Okay. This last year, they upped it to $75 with ESPN Plus. So if you pay $75 pay-per-view if you have ESPN Plus, or $105, now supposedly, dude, it's going to be $80 with ESPN Plus and like 110 or 15 or whatever for people without ESPN Plus, which I have it. So like I get the discount. But dude, honestly, I'm sorry, Dana. You're going to have to catch me. I'm probably just going to start illegally streaming the ones that I just don't care that much about now. Because like I'm only going to buy the ones I want to watch now. Because like $80, dude, that's fucking like they're already getting me at 75. You're busting my balls. Now you're really busting my balls. If you're just gonna increase it $5 every year, go fuck yourself. You know,
That's
Fuck
kind
that.
of weird. I wonder if that is almost like some sort of a feedback loop where like the price raises, so more people download it illegally, and because of that, they have to raise the price again.
Yeah, I don't know.
So they just keep doing it.
I have no idea how any of it works, but like with how much more popular the UFC has been getting, it's obviously continues to grow.
Yeah.
It's not like it's going downhill. I don't get how they wouldn't be able to at least keep the prices the same without, unless it's just plain greed.
Marketing.
And he's like, well, they're still going to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird.
What's $5? Well, what's $5 when you bump it up $5 every fucking year?
Yeah.
Well, nowadays $5 is like a carton of eggs.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Everything's more expensive.
Dana
I don't
White,
know.
if you want some eggs, just let me know, man.
Yeah, I got a pair for you.
No, that's fucked, man. I can't believe they keep doing that. Well, like I know, like there's like aren't UFC fighters like severely underpaid compared to boxers? You know, because boxers are like getting hundreds of millions for fights. UFCs are getting, lucky if they get 3 million.
But what you're also seeing is saturation effect too. You have quadruple the amount of mixed martial artists on the UFC roster than you do have big name boxing fights. Big name boxing fights, what? I could be wrong. What do you get? 4 big fights a year out of boxing? 3?
Maybe.
Yeah. How many out of UFC?
Maybe.
Oh, dude, you're getting at least 1 to 2 pay-per-views a month now.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
That's like they're usually all belt fights. Like usually when they do a pay-per-view, there's at least 1 belt fight on it. However, this year, dude, they literally did 1 or 2 fight nights that were free. Like they were belt fights on a fight night. So if you had ESPN Plus, you just got it for free.
Nice.
So like, don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna pay for ESPN Plus and get all the fight nights for free and all that shit. But like, man, I think I'm really just gonna pick or choose which ones I buy now. Or they're really gonna have to make some goddamn good cards for me to justify $80 fucking dollars, you know? And
give me if I'm wrong.
I was gonna say I've almost seen that like for UFC fights, some of the best fights that I can remember recently have not been belt fights.
Yeah.
They are undercard or they're co-main, but they're not for belts because the belt fights And listen, if I was in a cage trying to hang on to my belt, I'm not going to be doing crazy
No,
stuff.
you're not gonna risk it.
Crazy. I'm not going to do it, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
But like, if I'm number 3, if I'm number 4, it's like if I don't knock this guy out, I am going to be number 6 and I'm not going to get a title shot. So you see them, you see people really get driven to greatness in those like come up fights. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to, like speaking to your point, it's like, well, then how do you choose which fights you watch? Like for me, I wouldn't be choosing based on the belts. Get out of here, cat. I wouldn't be choosing based on the belts. I would just be choosing by the guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch. We were over. We watched that light heavyweight belt fight was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Like, however,
yes, it was.
Jan chopped the shit out of that dude's legs, and all he did was sit on him for like the last 2 rounds. And then they're like, "It's a draw," and dude's surprised. It's like, bro, to win a belt, you got to prove you want to be a champion. Don't get me wrong. There have been champions made off of decision losses, but heavily dominant decision losses. I would have ruled that a draw too. If I was judging that, I would have said that was a draw because Jan was beating him I'd give Jan the first 3 rounds and Ankalaev like the last 2 or something, or maybe I'm remembering it wrong. But still, I would have ruled it a draw. Just like, and like people were like, "Oh, this Ankalaev obviously won." It's like, dude, he was getting his ass kicked on the feet and then decided to lay on him when his leg was giving out and just did some ground and pound and maybe threatened 1 submission. That's not championship material. Fucking put the guy out. I don't know,
Yeah, and I think it was the right call. And people get mad at draws. Like I think there can be a draw in a fight,
Especially a 5 round.
You can fight to a standstill. Now, if it would have kept going 1 more round, the guy who was getting I don't remember his name, but the guy that started taking him to the ground because of those leg kicks,
doing it,
he probably would have won because you dominate on the ground.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go from there.
Yeah. Can they do sudden death? Like they bring the guys back in if it's a draw, sudden death.
They drop a blade in the middle.
Yeah, dude. Fight.
Yes.
Dude, yeah, why not?
Dana throws in a hammer. Finish him, boy.
Oh my god, Dana, special fighter Dana comes in. How about the final boss is both you guys to fight Dana at once? Dana's in there, dude. It's like imagine like roided out though. So you're like
he
one
is
of those
roided
Titan
out.
bosses.
He is now.
Batman Arkham City. Yeah,
dude, he's literally Kingpin.
Yeah, he's
Marvel.
Yeah.
He is Wilson Fisk.
Dude,
in
you
the
hit the
flesh.
nail on the head. He's literally just fucking
Really
Wilson Fisk. He had a horrible comeuppance. He killed his dad with a fucking hammer or whatever.
No, he did.
I've just seen Daredevil. I don't know. I'm not a huge Marvel Comics guy, but
that's a good
Daredevil's
one.
good. Yeah.
Punisher's also good. They all
Really
got
good.
canceled, but Punisher was really good, dude.
John
I like
Bernthal
Punisher
rules.
more.
Yeah, he was a great Punisher.
He was good.
Fuck. What was I gonna say? No, what it should be is if it's a draw, they have him come back in for another round, but the round has no time limit. It's until somebody gives up or goes out. Like,
I like
or gets
that.
submitted.
Yeah. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Go to the death. If we're picking bones with things, let me throw in what I'm pissed off about this week. So I'm mad about that. All right. So I like Joe Rogan sometimes, and I go on to his Spotify podcast. Mind you, I have Spotify Premium. Why am I getting ads for it, Spotify? Why do you allow Joe Rogan to put ads in my Spotify Premium? It makes me so fucking mad. So I look at like that's a $90 million deal, and Joe Rogan has the audacity to put like 5-6 ads in his podcast.
Man, you need your athletic greens.
No, fuck you, Joe Rogan. That's why I'm like at the borderline. I'm just gonna torrent it so I don't have to see your ads. So you got me. That's my pretty much anger. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous that if you pay for that, you still get ads. But that's my.
I didn't even know that. I guess I'm glad now that I've never paid for Spotify. I have YouTube Music, and I just literally only have Spotify to listen to Joe Rogan if I want to, and that's literally it.
You pay for it?
I do Apple Music, so
I pay for
Apple Music. Apple Music also supports Apple Podcasts.
Oh, nice.
And that's free, but you just get like their in-ad reads.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Jackson, I'm with you. Some of these, like I listen to true crime, like podcasts. Yeah. Some of them make me so angry I have to turn them off.
Yeah,
dude. Like there's this podcast Morbid, and it's these 2 like sisters or whatever. And they're like, they'll open the show and be like, "Hello, my spooky oopies. Like today we got another episode." And then it's a brutal like rape and murder.
Oh my god.
Hey guys, they're all cheery,
Yeah.
and then they'll cut to like 2 minutes of ads in the middle of their show. Two
Yeah,
whole
dude.
minutes of ads.
Yeah,
It's
that's what's so
it's insane. It's
it's infuriating.
so yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know,
It's like I
but
don't here's the thing. I don't know how big that page is, but if like you're an upcoming creator, chase your bag. But Joe Rogan, you have no reason to put ads. Get out of here.
yeah.
And I'm not. I had to look at my notes what I wrote down about it because I was really pissed. I said, he said he put ads 10 minutes into the cast, and I'm like, there were 6 ads 10 minutes into the cast, and that would just made me so fucking mad. I was at work, dude. I'm just like, I'm in the break room smashing my phone. No, I was kidding, but yeah.
um,
Well, at least, maybe it's better to have them all banked at
Yeah.
the beginning
Right.
than to like break up the conversation every
That's true.
what
That's a good point.
15, 20 minutes,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
it's like, Express VPN.
Yeah.
Do you have Express VPN? It would take a billion years to hack us.
Yeah.
It's like, once you're in it, you're in it.
Can you
But
sponsor us Express, please? Somebody?
yeah. Athletic
been-
Greens. I shit
read 'em
I've
out.
myself.
I've been doing some nefarious things on my computer, and I need a VPN.
Yeah.
So please
Yeah.
Come
give
on.
me the code.
Yeah. Come on, sponsor us.
Sponsor me.
Come on,
Yeah,
sponsor.
sponsor. Should we go into Meet and Foster?
Yeah, I was just
That'd be
literally
good.
about to ask Foster. Do you remember how I met you, or do you remember like when we met? My first interaction with
Oh,
you. You were
I don't
unconscious.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
really?
Yeah, so I was working
Oh,
at the
great. All right.
I was working at the theater, and Ryan and I were on like a
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah.
we were on like
yeah.
a closing shift, and I don't remember what movie it was, but we walked
It
into
was
the theater.
Justice League.
It was
Justice League.
Yeah,
yes.
and like the credits were already rolling, or like literally it was like after the credits where the screen's blank and there's like nothing on it. We come in to like clean up the theater, and I'm just bullshit
Oh,
with Ryan
yeah.
ushering, and we go up to the corner because he was like, "Yeah, my buddy Foster said he came and saw. He said he's still
Yeah.
here, but I haven't heard from him. He's not responding." We walk up to the top of the steps, and like you get to the top row at a movie theater, and it's like flat, and there's just a row of seats. He's in the corner, like not even in a seat, in the corner, like curled up and passed out. Just like unconscious, and
Let me explain.
he's poking you with Brian's poking you with a broom, and you're like, like he didn't want to wake up, and
Let me. Yeah. Sorry.
yeah. So, anyways, then it turned into like we eventually went outside, like we just left you there, I think, and we went outside, and then like you woke up and came outside and like met us out back and smoked a cigarette or something with us.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead, Foster, explain your side.
So what happened? I forget what movie, but my mom wanted to go to the movies,
Yeah,
and I didn't want to. I was tired. I didn't want to go to the movies, and she's like, "I don't care. You can go see whatever you want, but I just want to see this movie." I forget which one it was, but it was a mom movie. I didn't want to see it.
Or something was out around the same time.
No,
as
it
Justice League.
wasn't even a comedy. It wasn't even a comedy. It would be like going to see the Downton Abbey movie.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it. Like Little Women, I'm not gonna watch it. So I had already seen Justice League, and I was like, screw it, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll just go see that again. And I started dozing off in my chair, and I looked over, and I saw that nice flat, long area, and I think I balled up my jacket or something.
Yeah.
And I could still see the movie, and I'm like, this is even better. And then my next memory is Ryan standing over me, like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry." So yeah, that's what happened there.
It makes sense. Yeah, I don't remember if we had just left you there. I think you had maybe gotten up with us and went out back, and then we just like that's when I met you. We smoked a cig, and honestly, Foster, I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were a little sus at first. I'm like, who is this guy that was just like fucking like passed out?
Good.
And then like
Good,
once
dude.
and then like once I got to know you, I was like, oh yeah, he's fucking cool. Like I like Foster. At first I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
You got to keep them guessing, right?
You gotta keep
I'm
him
not too
guessing.
proud. I can fall asleep anywhere. Like I know I'm not going to get murdered. It's
Yeah.
like I have nothing against sleeping on the ground. I will sleep on you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can see it how like on a first interaction,
Yeah.
like I could have to you, I could have just been a homeless person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I understand that. So
yeah.
no, none taken.
Yeah. Jackson, go ahead. How'd you meet Foster?
Shit, I don't remember us like talking for the first time, but I do remember um one of my first days there. I was learning at the theater. I was learning up front cashier, and you just come over with ketchup packets in your hand, and you're like, "Motherfucker, why am I restocking these? This is your guys' fucking jobs." And you're walking over to the bar to give someone ketchup. And you were so fucking mad about it. I'm like, this guy's like, I was like, I don't know what to think. Like, I was like, I don't know. He's like super mad. You see pissed, but then I don't remember it, like how we actually ended up talking. But yeah, it was my first interaction with you. This is like, holy
Wild,
shit. Yeah, you work in
dude.
Sapiros. You were fucking angry.
I
You're
don't
funny.
know because I have like in the past I'll like do a thing where
Yeah.
like because I can tell you're younger than me, right?
Mhm.
You know, so just like to mess with people, like maybe I'll pretend like I'm pissed.
I
Yeah.
believe that,
It's
yeah.
it's fucking ridiculous that I have to do
Yeah.
this for you.
Uh-huh.
I'm not mad, or I could
Right.
have actually been mad. I don't remember that
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
thing.
Either way, it's pretty funny.
I remember Ryan pointing out, or he's like, see that guy? I'm like, yeah. He goes, that's Paul's little brother. I'm like, oh, all right. Like
Alright.
I remember that's
Yeah,
how I was introduced, and then
nice.
just with between me and Ryan harassing you on the clock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
I
good
yeah,
kind of wish
times.
I was around to also harass Jackson with you
No,
guys.
you didn't get it right. It was just fucking around. It was good times though. Hell yeah.
yeah. No, the theater was um, it was actually a lot of fun working
Mhm.
there. Like looking back, like with what I do now, the majority of those things that I complained about at the time or that I had a problem with while working there are so pointless and meaningless to be upset about.
Because they still
Yeah.
exist today in your in current jobs. They
No, it's
exist for
just
me
because
too.
it just doesn't matter. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
they didn't make a kettle of corn.
Yeah, who
Well, then
gives a fuck?
I can make a kettle of corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a simple
I get
solution.
it. I
Mhm.
get it. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me getting like maturing as a person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Doesn't
like
matter.
it would be so much fun to have a job like that where I could make the money that I make now. And
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
that place doesn't exist. But like
Mhm.
you're I don't know, dude. The theater was fun. I enjoyed it. I liked working there.
You
I
did some really funky shit there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed I liked the theater for a while. I liked the people I worked with. I got very sick of the job very fast. But that's just me. Because like I'm one of those people that like especially when like if I could just usher, I would take all the ushering shifts I could. Cuz
Yeah.
I am one of those people that's like, yeah, I can be extroverted when I need to be, but I'm one of those people that has to like recharge my batteries and like doing fucking concessions or box office. I wanted to like end my life after an 8-hour shift. I was like, fuck this, like I hate this.
Yeah.
But that's
I've
just me.
never struggled with that. I which
You're more outgoing though.
I'm
Mhm.
happy, like I'm glad that I'm like that, but sometimes you like end up oversharing with people,
It
Mhm.
happens too.
like saying something stupid. And then when I get home, that's when I feel what you're talking about. Where like I get home and I'm like, yeah, that was really dumb. Like, why did I say that?
Yeah.
And so then the shame and regret, like
Yeah.
it gets me at home, but like to everybody else, it's like, oh, he's always in a good mood. He's a happy guy. And then I
Yeah,
go home
yeah.
and I'm like, that was so dumb. Why did I say
Yeah.
that?
It's like when
I don't know.
it's like when you're really trying to go to sleep and you think about that time you
Yeah.
said something dumb. You're like, fuck, and then you
Dude.
can't go to
Yeah, at
sleep,
4
dude.
AM. And, like, I said that in 3rd grade, like, why the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
I look back and I'm like, I know why my old elementary school friends were friends, or we don't talk to each other because we did fucking terrible shit to each other, you know? Growing up, though, like, you just never think about it, but you're like, "Fuck, why did I say that?"
Dude, I got bullied in elementary school, right? By this like group of guys.
Yeah.
There was
Mhm.
like 3 or 4 of them, and they always were just on me. And I was like telling a story the other day, and I kind of realized I'm like, oh, probably because I was a little asshole, right?
Mhm.
So this guy, I was new to school, I was homeschooled, and then I transferred in like first grade.
Yeah.
So everybody already had their friends, everybody knew each other. I didn't know anybody.
Mhm.
And this one guy, he comes up to me at recess and he's like, hey, do you want to be best friends? Now, if you're the new kid at school and someone comes up to you and says, hey, do you want to be best friends? What should you say?
Okay, yes.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
nice. You know what I said? As a little kid, I was like, That's not how that works.
That's
You can't. I literally remember saying, you don't decide to be best friends. So no. And then he proceeded to bully me until like 5th grade with all of his buddies. I'm like, I wonder why that happened.
That's fucking hilarious.
But I like, to my little kid head, I'm like, well, and in reality, you can't just decide to be best friends.
yeah.
I was ahead of my time.
Yeah, dude, you're flexing on him.
You're
Yeah.
flexing with your knowledge. Hey, before we jump out of the movie theater, do you have any stories from the movie theater on the show that maybe hasn't been told that you want to tell? Like something maybe you experienced?
Trying to think.
No
Well, I
worries
don't know
if
if
not, too.
Jackson, I don't know if you talked about it, but get out of here. The cat keeps clawing the bed.
It's all good.
When did you ever talk about what got Herman banned?
No, I did
No,
not.
let's
Talk
talk about
about
that.
that. Yeah, he knows more.
Well,
Yeah.
I remember it,
Yeah.
but weren't you the person that
So
discovered?
I was one to call it out. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
like,
so
this ain't cool. Yeah. Yeah.
have you talked about Herman at all?
No, I'm not.
No,
actually,
we haven't,
No,
dude.
we haven't even
Fuck,
talked about it.
yeah,
I didn't know
we-
his name was Herman. I kind of forgot about
Yeah,
that. I
wait.
just called
His
him
real name is
disgusting old man.
Yeah, it's
Sylvester.
Sylvester, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We all referred to him as Herman. He would barely speak to you. He was a homeless guy, but he always had like bank checks, like bank envelopes full of money.
Yes.
Yep.
100%.
So this is like a Danny DeVito It's Always Sunny situation where he's like, he is living in filth by choice.
Yeah.
I see it no other way.
Yeah.
So he would come in and say, 1 ticket next movie, and he'd slide the money across the counter.
Not touch you.
No, he would not
Mm-mm.
would not touch you at all.
Never a specific movie.
Nope, just next movie, whatever movie it was, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
When he would order food from Zaffiro's, he would get a classic single, right? I remember this. And I made it my goal. I'm like, I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna get to him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna get inside.
There's
right.
no
I wanted to get in his inner circle. I wanted him to talk to me so bad. So I would offer him like, "Yeah, I'll add extra bacon. I'll put anything you want on this sandwich. Like whatever you want, no charge." Would not talk to me. It never worked. I have no idea. Anyway.
Oh, I know one person. One person I knew that could break him. There is just one fucking. I can't remember her name, but somebody told me about her. It might have been Ryan, but there's one hot chick that worked there, and he would talk to her only.
Nice.
And she actually found out that he was a school teacher, and like he was like, I don't know. I think he did some fuck shit, and that's why he's not a teacher anymore. I think that's why he has money. Allegedly, yeah. But yeah, go on. Yeah, it's all I know about him.
So yeah, he'd wear like 4 jackets in the summer. He smelled awful, right?
Terrible.
Just terrible. And he was rude. He was mean. Like he wasn't nice at all. Anyway, so there was a re-showing of Schindler's List. A re-screening. It was like the 20th anniversary.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah. And Jackson was the usher, and you were doing theater checks. And as far as I understand the story, he was enjoying himself a little too much in the movie.
Yeah, I didn't see any of it.
You saw something?
I saw the motion and immediately left, and it was like, it was just the motion of what you would think it was in the movie theater.
Yeah,
and there's no one else in there, and
the dude was cranking his hog.
Yes, he was.
Yes, 100%, 1,000% in the theater. And I went and told Sean. Sean wanted to dismiss it real quick. He's like, nah, that's not what happened. And he's like, go check it out. And there's another kid there, Noah, who's like, go check it out. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to check them out. What's his name? I don't know.
Noah Miller? No, Noah Miller got fired before you started. Right there.
Before that, yeah.
Do you remember that blonde-haired kid that was really skinny that worked there during that time? Can't remember his fucking name. You talked to him though. Anyway, that kid was there, and he kept trying to.
Ryan.
Yeah, maybe his name is Ryan. Yeah,
Ryan.
Or maybe
I won't say
two.
his last name, but
Yeah. But he kept trying to get me to go in there. I'm like, no, you go in there, motherfucker. I ain't clean that shit. And then he ended up cleaning it because I was like, not going in there.
Yeah, it's nuts, right? Just crazy.
It was really gross. Yeah.
The only other theater thing, before I take up too much time on this, but
no worries.
The only other theater thing was the time where I almost got into a fight with a Native woman for kicking her and her husband out of Bad Boys for Life. It's just that sentence alone is just chef's kiss to me. But
Yeah.
like, so we got complaints that they were talking. So I was the usher. So I went in and I was like, I sat, next to the stairs and I could hear them talking. I could see their phone. They're being super loud. It's the very beginning of the movie. So I'm like, okay. So I walk up and I say, hey, we received a complaint. You guys need to stop talking. Otherwise, you're going to be asked to leave the theater.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, okay, we'll stop. They leave. I come back maybe 10, 15 minutes later just to lean in again, because sure, they'll stop for the first minute when you're there.
Right.
But then a lot of the time they just start talking again and you have to kick them out. And that's exactly what happened. So I came in and I was like, hey, I warned you once already. You guys are going to have to leave. Like just yelling in the zero respect for like, there's no indoor voices with these two, right? They're like, I paid, I'm going to watch the movie. I don't care, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you can walk out with me or we can call the cops and then they can help you leave. You're going to have to call the cops. I'm like, okay. So I leave. I call the police. The police come. They walk in, bring them out. The husband starts yelling and screaming at the cop. At this point, I'm standing there just with my little broom between my hands because that's all I got. But I'm like, I'm kind of like, I'm like big dogging it.
Yeah.
Say that. And Marky and Kendra were working that day. Like they're not involved in the story at all, but they had to come because they were the managers.
Yeah.
Mm.
So they're behind me and I'm like here and the guy starts yelling and the cop starts putting him in handcuffs. I'm like, okay, so now this is escalated, right?
Yeah.
So they drag him out and then there's just one cop and he's like kind of behind me a little bit down the hall because they're bringing the husband to the cop car because he said, it's going to be disorderly conduct if you keep swearing at me like that. And he's like, fuck you. It was okay. Put your hands behind your back.
Yeah.
So the wife is just standing there. This is a big lady and not like just like overweight, but like tall, like a big, like a possible threat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just kicked her and her husband or whatever out of a movie. And now the cops are not near us. And so I'm because I can't help it. This is just me. I'm like chuckling. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like you're getting kicked out of Bad Boys for Life for talking, which of course the people in Bad Boys for Life are the ones talking.
Right.
Yeah.
She starts lacing her keys between her fingers. Right? Like the key.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
And she starts looking at me and she's going, keep smiling, keep laughing. Yeah, go ahead. And I'm like, oh, no.
Shit.
I just look over my shoulder. I'm like, officer, she's lacing her keys between her fingers. And he looks over and he's like, what are you doing? Stop that. He tries to like open her hand. And then she starts fighting with the cop. And she's shit talking this cop the entire time because he can't overpower her.
Yeah.
He can't. He's trying to like judo roll her, put her on the ground. He can't do it. And she's like, you can't even take down a woman. You weak as hell. What kind of a man are you? Like just going nuts. And I'm just standing there with my broom. I'm like, please, like, don't pull your gun. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
That's
and then
why they have a
backup.
taser or pepper spray for bigger people
dude.
than like.
I'm like, I was the last line of defense if that cop took the L.
Oh god.
That woman, dude. I was like, I do not want to have a woman that's willing to fight a cop is not scared of a movie theater usher at all.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You might be able to get into some good hits.
That
with
was
broom.
nuts. That was nuts.
Do you know if they were drunk?
Oh, for sure.
They were just hammered. Okay, I was gonna say there's no way these people were just fucking sober. Like, fuck you, fuck the cops. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know the husband definitely was because he was like kind of slurring and like he was the bigger problem. But then his wife was ride or die, dude. She was not taking that line down.
Yeah,
no way.
Back to Sylvester, the stinky homeless guy that just kept coming in.
Yes.
He eventually got fucking banned for the theater for like a year because he just started pissing on the seats, dude.
Yeah.
And then
I know. And guess what? He was back a year to the day.
On the day.
Right.
He was unbanned. He was back in that day. Dude would literally just come in. He would pay for his movies. He would pay for concessions. He would pay. There were a few times where I would see him just dip into another theater after
Oh
one
yeah,
of
all
them,
the
but
time.
I was just like, whatever, man. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
That's not worth my time to
Yeah.
fucking berate this fucking guy for not paying for more tickets. He paid for one. That's good enough for me, you know.
Mhm.
But I just remember specifically, Nick and I would always laugh. He'd be like, "Oh, here he comes up the concessions." He'd be like, "What do you think? You think he's going to say 2 fucking hot dogs?" He comes up, he slides some money. He goes, "I need 2 fucking hot dogs." And he like points at the fucking counter.
Yeah.
And then yeah, he wouldn't let you hand anything to him, like tickets or
Mm.
money. He would
No.
make you put it on the counter first, and then he would take it.
I suspect he had crabs or something he didn't want to transmit. I thought he was being
I-
nice.
I
Gonna get
highly
AIDS.
doubt he was that courteous.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
actually let it hang one time, his
Yeah.
change. I held it out to him and he tapped and I just kept it there.
And
And
then
he got
you put
really
it,
mad.
yeah, he gets
like,
pissed.
Oh yeah.
He'll get
dude,
mad.
I eventually just put it on the counter, but like I held it there and like made him like, because I wanted him to talk to me.
Yeah.
I wanted him to verbalize, but he never did.
He's not having it.
I have a story
Stronger
about
will.
him. About somebody called the cops thinking the guy had a bomb, thinking he had a bomb. You guys hear about that one?
No, I
okay.
haven't heard that one. No.
Sylvester, that's
He'd have a lot of bags.
So you know how you'd always sit in like literally the first row of any theater, like
Yeah.
way away from
Yes.
everybody, and I think it's because he knew he fucking stunk. A lady,
Yeah.
I was working concessions, and a lady comes out and she's like, "Yeah, there's this man in the front, and he really reeks. Like he really stinks. Can you kick him out?" And it's like, well, I can't really like I can't kick him out for him stinking. Like I'm like, sit farther away. She's like, "Well, the theater's full," and it's like, fuck. So like I go in there and I ask him, I'm like, "Hey man, like you need to go." And I knew he wasn't gonna fucking leave. So I was just like, whatever.
Mhm.
I just like walked out, didn't even think anything of it. She comes out again and she's like, "I'm gonna call the police." And I'm like, I can't, like, I'm like, okay, call the police. So she calls the cops and literally tells him that because his like because he wore a lot of jackets, right? She
Mhm.
thought the smell was a bomb. She thought it was like chemicals. And she's like, "I'm calling the cops. I think he has a bomb." And the cops literally come. And that's when I found out his name was Sylvester because the cops pulled him out of the theater. He came quietly,
Mhm.
politely, didn't say anything. And they asked him
Yeah.
his name. He said Sylvester. They ran his stuff and they basically just told him to like, just like leave go to a different movie. I think we just made him go to a different movie or something that had less people in it or some bullshit. But like,
What
so-
a Karen.
but no, she was
That's what
like,
I
I was
say.
like, just leave the guy alone or sit farther away. Like, I get he fucking
Mhm.
stinks, but I can't do anything about it. He paid for the ticket. It's not like he's like disrupting people, but don't get me wrong, dude. He fucking reeked. Like, it
did.
was bad. Like, he was
Mhm.
coming, you would come towards concessions and you could smell him about 25 feet away about before he even got there. But all right. Anyways, to get out of the movie theater talk, have you guys been following football this year? I really have.
I'm 4-11 in fantasy. So
Hell yeah, you're doing great.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I don't follow football often. I used to when I was younger, and it's funny. I'm totally just like one of those people. Like, if my team's losing, I ain't fucking watching. And you guys know the Minnesota Vikings; they fucking blow most of the time. Well, this year they're doing pretty all right, but they play the Packers here next in Lambeau. So we'll see
How
how
do you
that
think that's
goes.
going to go for you, huh?
Probably not very good.
Mm.
We did beat them this year once, right?
Yeah, I think the first game, the Vikings beat the Packers.
We lost the second one against you guys, right?
I believe so. Yeah. I don't
And-
know. I'm a Packer fan.
Of
I'm a
course.
Packer fan.
You're in
But
Wisconsin.
But I am not the type of Packer fan or football fan, sports fan
Yeah.
that roots against a team
Neither do I.
just to root against the team.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that is a really it's like a corny way to operate as a person
Yeah.
where it's like, I hate the concept of the Eagles football team. Therefore, no matter who they play, I'm going to root against it's so negative, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So like if I see the Vikings are playing the Chiefs,
Yeah.
I'll root for the Vikings.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? But deep down, it's go Pack go.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
it's like
that-
It's
that's how I operate.
for
It
me.
is pretty toxic community, I would say.
It is. Oh, dude, football
be, yeah.
football fans are like the most like so.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
even next, I'm assuming it's how. I mean, I'm sure baseball fans were back in the day. Not saying baseball still isn't like that, but it was like when it was a lot bigger. I feel. But no, like if I watch the Packers play, I'll be like, I'll root for the Packers. Honestly, dude, I used to sometimes root for the Packers over the Vikings just because the Packers are having a better year. It's like I just want somebody in the NFC North to win. Because, like, Superior, Wisconsin, Duluth, Minnesota, they're so fucking close. Like, there's a lot of people that are fans of Packers on both sides or Vikings on both sides, so you kind of
Yeah.
got like the mix. But yeah, I would just literally I'm not like a fanboy of like, oh, I only root for the team that's winning. It's just like I'm not gonna follow that year if like the teams that I'm into are just fucking losing all the time. I'm not gonna waste my time. I'd rather
Yeah.
see them fucking dog on people, which is kind of fun. But
Mhm.
I just wanted to bring that up that the Vikings are doing somewhat well, and we're probably gonna get creamed in the first round of the playoffs against the Packers. So
Hey, but don't. That's a bad attitude. That's a losing attitude to
it
have,
is.
because the Vikings just set an NFL record with the biggest comeback of all time
Oh,
of
yeah, I saw that.
33
Yeah, that was
points
crazy.
to win, which
Mhm.
Wasn't
like
that the
all
Colts,
time
right?
record.
Yeah.
It was the Colts. Yeah, which is just like I wish I would have watched the game, because that is an absolutely preposterous like thing. Like even those
That's
guys on the team, can you imagine your coach saying, "Guys, we're only down by 33. We got this."
yeah, they're good.
Anytime a coach has said that, it's been total bullshit, and
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
knew it.
Yeah.
But they found a way to actually deliver that. That's nuts.
That
And
was
that says
nuts.
something about the Vikings. I would be very happy to see the Vikings win a Super Bowl.
Same here.
They never
That
have.
Yeah.
that game, my dad never gets vocal for football unless there's people around, but he got vocal for that by himself. He's like, "Let's
Wow.
go," and I'm like, "What the fuck are you watching?"
What
And
is
then I
happening?
go
Yeah.
in there and I'm like, "Oh, they just came back for like a 30-point lead." I'm like, "These guys fucking suck. You suck. How do you mess that up?" But yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
funny that you say that game.
It's a perfect storm
Right.
type scenario
Yeah,
where it's
yeah.
like the Colts had to get rattled, or something was off, or the Vikings were just getting super lucky. I mean, that's why it's never been done until now.
Mhm.
The NFL's been around since like the 30s.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like,
That is fucking wild. I don't know the scoring system really that well, but
It's
that is
it's
fucking crazy.
pretty simple. Field goals 3 points, touchdown 6 points. You have the opportunity to run the ball to get another 2 points after a touchdown, so you could really get a total of 8 points. Or you can kick a field goal after a touchdown, and that'll give you 7 points. There's also like safeties, which are rare and shit like that, where you can get 2
yeah.
points, right? But really, that's it, Jack. You get a touchdown at 6 points. You have the opportunity to kick for 1 point or run the ball into the touchdown zone again for 2. That's literally it.
Okay.
And the thing about it is that when you score, it's not as easy to, like basketball, you can really catch up quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if you're playing football and you're ahead, and then the team that you're playing gets within like 1 point of you, they just scored and now you have possession.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
you should do is you should take as long as possible, take away as much time as you can from them so that they can't get the ball again and then score. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't watch the game, but you would have to score like 4 touchdowns or something, like more, or yeah, I think 4,
Yeah.
right? That's 4 times 7 is 28. Am I
Yeah.
stupid?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, you have to score 4 touchdowns to catch back up. It's ridiculous.
It is crazy. The fact that like the Colts couldn't even stop them with timeouts or slowing it down, they came back in that half. It's just kind of
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Can you imagine the Colts locker room
after that
after
game?
that?
No,
Oh,
yeah.
This
They should
tragic.
have a Twitch cam and just stream it.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to. I bet the things that were said in that locker room could not be aired.
Mm-mm.
That's my prediction.
probably not.
No. Angry coach.
Oh yeah.
Very angry coach.
Does anybody who's playing the halftime this year at the Super Bowl? Has that been announced yet?
I could not care less.
Yeah, I don't care either, but I've always said
Unless it's gonna be Rush, I don't really care. I'm not interested.
Dude, yes. You talked about that on a previous podcast, yes?
I
Rush
don't know if
Super
I talked
Bowl?
about them. I don't know if I talked about Rush Super Bowl, honestly. On the
I
cast.
swear I
Maybe I
thought
did.
it got brought up.
we brought
Maybe I
up
did
Rush,
mention that before.
definitely.
Yeah,
The
we brought
dude
up
at
Rush.
the performance at the Super Bowl, they had a guy suspended from the stadium by white silk ribbons, right?
Yeah.
He, like, the performer was swinging, like holding them like in a T pose,
Yeah.
horizontal. His body's horizontal, and he's swinging through as can you take me higher?
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Absolute power.
Oh, dude, when
Oh,
Creed,
yeah.
when Creed did the Super Bowl, or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck, yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
dude.
that. Yeah.
That was sick, dude.
All right. Yeah, I would watch 100 times
Oh yeah.
to see that live.
I want to
Wonderful.
see
Can we
see
get-
Scott Stapp really bad.
Can we get like every? I mean, didn't they have Snoop Dogg one year, right? Am I
That was
misremembering
like
that?
literally he had him. He comes on a lot. I think they had him last year. He
Oh,
was part
okay.
of the
All right.
performance. I
Well,
think.
fucking let's get Cannibal Corpse on there or rep them real quick, and then
Shredded.
let him bang out a couple songs and then get off stage. All right, mix it up a little bit. I don't know. Bring some folk singer on. Bring Bob Dylan's hologram back or something. I don't know.
Is Cannibal Corpse the guy with the huge neck?
Yeah, Corpse Grinder Fisher.
Oh my
Corpse
gosh.
grinder
Okay, are you
Fisher.
familiar with George at all, Foster? All right, just to
No.
break it down, he sings the most brutal, violent lyrics of all time, man. He's a huge guy, he's like 6'7", fucking, 300 pounds, fucking massive dude. Probably less than that now, but he's a family man, first of all, but his three favorite things are like fishing, clearance shopping at Target. He has an interview where he clearance shops at Target, and he loves to
Wow.
play claw machines. That's all he does, and it's just the
That's
greatest thing
amazing.
ever. Yeah, he's
The
really
skill
gnarly.
crane.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting to see him at
That's
Target one day.
fucking
I'm like,
metal.
fuck. Yeah, it's metal. Fuck. I can't wait
saw
till it goes on.
one.
Yeah, when he goes on
Sorry,
tour, I'm
go
gonna go
ahead.
camp out of Walmart because he says he goes to or not Target, excuse me, on tour. Pretty
Dude,
gnarly running
you're
there.
always camping out the Target, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm always there.
Dude, yeah, the one because I'm not a big fan of that type of music. Like I have a lot of respect for the musicians that do the like the guitar and the bass and the
Yeah.
drums in the
Yeah.
like that has to be probably like some of the highest skill level
It is.
people
It really
to
is.
play at that speed, at keeping the
Mhm.
tempo. Like the drummers, I would say are, top. I guess I don't really know, but
You're right though. Like
the one
Matt Griner of August Burns Red is fucking insane. If you see him
Mhm.
drum, it's like, how do you fucking do you work out? Like how do
Yeah,
you
right.
fucking
Yeah,
it's
Paul
like,
Mazurkiewicz is Cannibal Corpse, insane too. Same with Joy Jordison or even Jay Weinberg, insane. If you see the drum cams, they're just going. Neil Peart, another one, fucking insane.
well,
Drum cams are
the
awesome.
one Cannibal Corpse song that I saw, I think it was on Instagram or something, and it was the lead singer, the guy with just huge
Yeah,
neck, just
George.
massive,
Yeah.
and he's like takes the mic, he goes, "This is a song about shooting blood from your cock,"
yeah.
and
Yeah,
everyone
Icon
just
Blood.
goes nuts. I'm like,
Yeah. And you
I can't do it.
There's a video. That one's a little extreme. There's a video of the security guard reacting to it. He looks back. He's like, "The fuck?" But he just headbangs dude. No one can out headbang him. It's insane if you watch
The
him headbang.
spin,
Yeah, the spin. It's like, how you not? It's got to have the neck like that, man. It's got the neck.
yeah,
That's how
scary.
he got his neck
Yeah.
so big. He's just been doing it
Yeah,
for
honestly,
years.
just doing
Oh,
that.
He's been working it out, stretching those muscles
Yeah.
Can you
out.
imagine a guy in the gym? Like he's like, yeah, I'm working on lats or
Yeah.
craps or whatever, and he's just in the corner, just
hmm Dude, you know what works out that is if like you just lay flat on your back, lift up, dude, and just start doing circles, like just with your using your back. That will fucking create your neck, man. That hurts so much.
Really?
yeah.
It's a good workout.
God damn.
So he gets his neck.
So what's this I hear about Andrew Tate? What happened? Tell me
I don't
about
know.
I
it.
don't know.
I think they were
I don't
caught
know
for
yet.
trafficking. That's all I've heard. And it's
Trafficking
allegations.
humans?
Trafficking humans in Romania. That is correct. Yes. And it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm
No,
not.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not
That's fucked up.
sure. I know that
Yeah, the
he's
same shit.
been. I know he's been questioned by police before
Yeah.
about that, and at least according to him, not that I don't watch like a lot of
Neither
Andrew
do
Tate.
I.
Like I've seen a lot of his clips, and some of the stuff he says, I got to say I agree with. And then there's other things where I'm
It's
like,
like too
hey,
far.
hey, come on.
Yeah.
The dude has taken the biggest red pill of any red pill ever. Like,
Oh,
like
yeah.
it is
Yeah.
large.
Oh yeah, my girlfriend, like we'll be laying in bed next to each other, and I'll just be scrolling TikTok, and out of nowhere it'll just, women are stupid, and I'm like,
Yeah.
she'll look over at me, and I'm like, hey, I'm just scrolling, but what he said about the first time that he was questioned or whatever about it was a girl that was at his house,
Yeah.
and she had a boyfriend, and then to like not get caught, she said that she didn't want to be there or something. I don't know, but
Mhm.
who knows? I mean, for to play devil's advocate for the Andrew Tate stands out there, he has been saying for a while that the Matrix is trying to get him. He said, I've been canceled. The next step after being canceled is the police getting involved, and then if that
Mhm.
doesn't work, I will be killed. So time is yet to tell, but
He's gonna get
it's
Yeah.
Clintoned.
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
Gonna get Clinton in Romania, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They would be
Hillary.
detained for only 24 hours unless they find, like, more shit, apparently is what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
gotta say, it is kind of a sketchy operation. They're living in Romania. They're managing OnlyFans accounts. Who
Yeah,
knows?
who
Yeah.
knows what the fuck's going on there.
The
Um,
truth.
Yeah, I
The truth is
get
out there.
pictures of them.
did we talk about Jack Black yet? I don't think we have.
No, I don't think so, no.
Okay, so you might remember this, Foster, if you listened to a few casts ago, but we talked about how Jack Black and his gaming channel, Jablinski Games, like never he always talked about it and promoted it, but like you go on that YouTube channel and nothing's been uploaded. Like he for years he's been talking about he's gonna be putting up gaming content. And then like I'm not even kidding, a week or two after we talked about that on our cast, he was on some show and he was like he
Mhm.
talked about literally like, so guys, I have to talk to you about Jablinski Games and what happened and why there's never content uploaded or whatever. And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, he watched Gutterball.
He
He
had to have.
knew we brought
He
it
knew.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
dude.
brought it up. I'm like, I see through you, and I'm pretty sure I checked, and we do predate that video that
Yeah,
came
we
out.
do. We do
So
predate it. And like,
Jade would have
what
no
was his
idea that you
excuse
said
though,
that.
Jackson?
I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch it because I
I think
honestly
he was
didn't
honestly
really
just
care.
busy. And
But
yeah, I don't care either.
yeah. Well, I think he overestimated
How
how
much goes
or
into
underestimated, excuse me, how easy it is to stream and play games and shit. There's a lot that goes into it, and then to build like a follower base, like also, yeah, again, I say he's in a band. He's an actor and he's a dad. So
Yeah.
he doesn't got time for that shit, you
Yeah,
know?
you're right. And dude, honestly, as far as followers for him though, there's nothing really to grow there. You hear Jack Black's
No.
playing games on Twitch, someone's gonna fucking there's gonna be a
Right.
lot of people who are gonna
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
watch it, you
of
know.
course.
So
Yeah, right. He doesn't need to grow, right?
but I
Yeah,
know what you
I
exactly.
mean. There
remember.
is
I
a lot
remember
more
the
that goes into it.
announcement.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
the announcement when he was like, "Hey, I'm going to be starting a gaming channel," and it's typical Jack Black, like his mannerisms and the way that he was all pumped up about it. He's like, "Stay tuned,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, cool! Like that'll probably be really profitable for him," just because I think most of the value for Jack Black, I mean, Tenacious D obviously is fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But he's not. I wouldn't say he's like a-list movie star. He's been in huge
Yeah.
movies, but
Yeah.
he's not on the level where like I don't know. I mean even T-Pain, he does streams.
Yeah.
He does
Yeah.
big numbers on his streams, right? Like
Yeah.
people want to watch T-Pain play video games,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
More than they want to hear T-Pain's new music, I would say.
Yeah.
Oh,
At
yeah.
least the masses. So the idea of Jack Black making a gaming channel, you're there for the personality of Jack Black.
Yeah.
That makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So why he never followed through is I don't know.
Yeah. It
There
took
could
him a
be
year
different reasons.
after he started it to actually produce gameplay, and I think someone proved that some of that gameplay wasn't even him. Didn't even because he never didn't even look like him playing the game. It's just bunk. But
Orange County. You guys seen that movie?
you busted
No.
Jack Black. I have not. No.
Oh, dude, what?
No, I haven't seen
Orange
that.
County with Colin Hanks and Jack Black. You gotta watch that movie.
No, I do like Colin Hanks.
It's a decent movie. Basically, like the premise is like Colin Hanks. Him and Jack Black are brothers. Jack Black is his older drug addict brother that's like always on pills and shit. And like
Mhm.
Colin Hanks like is aspiring to be a writer, trying to get into I think he's trying to get into Stanford. And Jack Black's just hilarious in it. He's just like twonked out on like he's like I got uppers, I got downers, I got fucking. He's got all these pill bottles and shit that he's
I'll have
on.
to watch
It's
that.
pretty good. No, speaking of Jack Black, you know that Stephen Wonderboy Thompson fight, you know, like Wonderboy versus Kevin Holland that just happened recently in the UFC? That fight was a
Yes.
Mhm.
banger. So you
Yeah.
know Wonderboy always walks out to Wonderboy by Tenacious D? Like that
Yeah.
That's
that song?
awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And like there's a video like him and Jack Black were hanging out at a gym, him Wonderboy and Jack Black, and he's like, "Yeah, I was impressed. How can Jack Black hit that high of kicks for how short and stubby of a man? Like he was hitting like head kicks, like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
his
He's got kicks,
flexibility,
dude. He's got power kicks.
Fuck yeah.
his flexibility is like, how is he that flexible? Like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson was just like fucking amazed. Like,
Mhm. Yeah.
oh, it's
Dude, the
Wholesome
energy
and
that
funny.
I don't know. I the One of my favorite Tenacious D songs, one of the first ones that got me into them was what is it? It's a Double Team
yeah,
about
yeah,
him and
Yeah.
Kyle
Yeah.
Gass, he's
yeah.
like, you know, I lay on your roundish bed, but like,
Yeah.
just like if you heard that just in general, you'd be like, okay, this is kind of creepy. But then when you
Yeah.
see the speed and power that Jack Black can create, I have
Yeah.
no doubt, dude, he would be just a juggernaut,
Yeah. Yeah, for
dude.
me, I didn't know if they were a band until I watched the movie Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, and then I was like,
It's
Yeah.
so
and I
good.
was like, "There's a lot of
I remember
music in
that.
this," and then I remember finding out, "Oh, it's literally a fucking band," and then that's how I got
Yeah.
introduced to their music.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
remember
it's good.
seeing the Kickapoo, the opener
Yeah,
when he's a
yeah.
kid. Yeah. That's
With
great.
Meatloaf.
Yeah, I
Meatloaf?
think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
with Dio. The ones with
Dio,
Dio.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the also one with Meatloaf too, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, so Meatloaf plays his dad in that story,
Oh,
Oh,
right, he
like Little
does.
Jack,
yeah,
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 he
yeah.
does.
and he's
Right.
like, like
Forgot about
yelling
that.
at him in his room and like ripping down all the
Yeah.
posters, and then Meatloaf leaves, and then he puts the poster back up of Dio,
Yeah.
and Dio comes to him. Yeah, that's
Oh, it's
Oh,
awesome.
so
I
good.
actually fucking totally forgot about that. I was like, that's crazy. It's fucking
It's
Meatloaf.
pretty like the reach, like I
Mhm.
like to have that vast of a difference in like artists of. I mean, the
Right.
only Meatloaf song I know is "Paradise by the Dashboard Lights."
Mhm.
I
Well,
think that's kind of the same
kinda
for
like
everybody, but
Meatloaf wasn't even discovered until his 50s, and he was discovered at a karaoke bar. Um,
really,
yeah, and my dad,
wow.
album came out in like 1970, I'm pretty sure. And my dad was like, "Yeah, this is what we banged back in the day, right here. It was bad out of hell, dude." And I'm like, you know what? For the 70s, that was pretty good. That was like, I feel like it to him was like toned down Black Sabbath, and it really
Yeah.
was, And I'm like, damn, it still bangs. Bad out of hell is a great fucking album. You've even heard that, you know?
Yeah,
I
hell
have
yeah,
not.
classic.
It's good.
You guys into okay, you guys into jewelry, and I guess it also includes like if you could afford a lot of jewelry, would you buy some?
No,
No?
no.
So
The only
Probably not.
jewelry that I wear is
is a
this
ring.
ring. This is my grandfather's wedding band.
Oh, that's very cool.
Um, that from one of his previous marriages, he had multiple marriages and stuff, but um, he's passed away now. But I actually got this ring when I was like 12 or something, because my mom had it in a drawer, and I had seen all the Gold Guys commercials, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Mom, do we have any gold?" I'm just a
Yeah.
little kid, and she's like, "Yeah, let me look." She goes, "Oh, this is your grandpa's wedding band." And when she's like, "You can hang on to it if you want." I'm like, "Okay," and it fit my fingers like it fits my pinky now. And
Mhm.
I hung on to it for years and years and years until now it actually fits me. And so I've
Nice.
had it forever, and now I just wear it on my right hand ring finger.
Mhm.
Um, when I'm at the bar, I put it on my left hand. I put
Yeah.
it here to keep the to keep the
You
heat
got
off
it.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
keep the
Yeah,
heat
right?
off.
Hell
got to
yeah.
keep them off.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, I as far as jewelry goes, I no, I've worn a chain before, but it was like a steel chain that I found in the locker room, and
Yeah.
I just kept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, I would like to wear watches. I think if any jewelry I would wear, it
Mhm.
would be like a nice watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
But I
timepiece.
don't know. Yeah, yeah,
Well
something like that. But what about you guys? I mean, would you wear a
well,
big iced out chain, a big a big clock, like a
we already decided, I mean,
like
if we get big, we're gonna get bowling pins or, that
Yeah,
are
yeah.
fucking,
Iced out
iced
pens.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
yeah.
hell yeah.
support
That'd
that.
be the
I
only
s-
ice I will own. That's about it.
what about like a little bowling pin earrings?
Yeah, dude.
That'd be
Iced
classy,
out
yeah.
earrings, dude.
Yeah,
That'd be
alright, I
cool.
A
like
big
that.
puking bowling ball, like the size of a fucking clock, just
Yeah,
iced
dude.
out.
Yeah.
Like Flavor
Um,
Flav or who the
Puking
fuck is
yellow
that?
diamonds, dude.
yeah.
Yellow diamonds in
Yeah,
your
yeah,
chain.
yeah.
For me, I've always I love jewelry because the way I see it is it never depreciates in value really as long as you take good care of it. Whereas like I'm into cars, but those do depreciate in value. So it's like fuck, really I should be spending my money on jewelry if I was smart, right? Like I'm into
Mhm.
jewelry, but it's a lot of it is I never buy for myself is the thing. Which is the reason why I bring it up is my girlfriend got me this fucking icy 10K white gold chain
Respect.
yeah, for
Yeah.
Christmas, and I really like it, you know.
Back playa.
And it's lightweight, and I've never worn a chain before. I really like it. I'm never gonna. The thing is it was so expensive that like I'm not gonna wear it all the time. Like it's
You gonna
a
chain snatch?
Yeah, I'm not trying to get chain snatched, and if I am
Yeah,
gonna
you're down
wear
in
it,
Minneapolis, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, you be
So
You
I
gotta
gotta.
careful.
watch out.
Well,
Fuck your chain.
I'm buying a handgun with my bonus here in a month and getting my fucking permit. So then maybe I won't be so not scared to wear this, like I guess. But
Paul's
no,
like, you catch the 4.5.
actually
Well,
I'm gonna
so
get a 9, but yes,
Yeah.
4 or 5.
you were speaking about like depreciation and value. Another thing that doesn't really depreciate in value as long as you take care of it is firearms.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like we have like my dad has firearms that are, like 80 years old. And as long
Mhm.
as you oil them and you don't abuse
And you
them,
clean them, yeah.
oh yeah, they will remain in
Mint.
working condition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's I would be more likely to invest real money into that, if not for like financial reasons, just for
Yeah.
like generational. Like one day I want to have kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It would be so cool to like, like my father owned this rifle and then he gave it to me,
Yeah.
and now I'm giving it to you, my son or daughter,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I think that would be really interesting for me. But like if you're going financial route, like yeah, no. If anything, it appreciates in value, like gold,
Yep.
silver, like
What's
those
up?
things they have true value.
Yeah.
It's not paper money that is assigned value. It's like, oh, this is worth something because we say it's worth something. Like
Yeah.
gold has value inherently. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely a smart move to invest in that kind of stuff, I think.
Yeah, when it comes to jewelry though, I've always thought yellow gold is ugly and tacky as fuck, dude. Which is why like she knew when she got the white gold chain. She knew because I like the silver looking or like white gold looking stuff. But no, now that I've gotten this, dude, I have like a taste for it. And now I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, like with my bonus, I could also get a pair of Johnny Dang grills, upper and bottoms. Like I was looking on their website, like I could get a set of up and bottoms, like white gold,
No.
10K white gold grills for like $1,500.
So Paul, is it fair to say that you are a white gold supremacist?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like-
What's wrong with that? Yeah.
No, dude, yellow gold is just fucking ugly to me. It's really
I like yellow
tacky.
gold.
Don't get me wrong. Like there are some jewelry pieces, even watches that are mainly like white gold or silver, and then they have some yellow in them. I'm cool with that. But when it's like a pure solid gold watch, I think it's ugly,
I like what Zilla Kamis says in one of his songs. This isn't a diss to you, Paul. He says, I don't like white gold. I only like yellow piss. And I like that. That's why I only wear gold.
So is that a reference to yellow diamonds?
No, just gold. Like he doesn't like white gold. He only likes yellow.
Because I swear I've heard somewhere like yellow piss
Maybe
on
it
my
is.
chain,
Oh, maybe it is
know?
diamond. Yeah, maybe
like
it is. Okay.
like a yellow diamond. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
The rap entendres get so layered
Right.
to the
Yeah.
I do like the idea of piss on my chest, though. Just kidding.
Yeah, I know.
I do like, yeah. Throw it on a tarpon.
Yeah.
Let me have
Yeah.
it.
That's fair. Zilla Cami supports piss play.
Yeah.
R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard it here. Folks.
Trust rap
Dude,
lyrics.
hey, I want to have him on the podcast. We can't be
Dude, if
saying he
anyone
likes
has-
his play.
If anyone has
No,
such rap lyrics, it's Foster and all the shit he'd play back in Sephiroth.
Oh, dude,
Remember those
100%.
songs? Oh, those are bad.
Which ones,
can't even-
dude? There's
I don't
so
even.
many.
One of them you'd say is like waking up, sending inwards booty pics, and I'm like, what the heck?
Oh yes.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, whatever that. There's a
Yeah,
lot more
dude.
foul ones I can't
Yeah,
say.
like dig bar rap.
Yeah, Dick Bar.
yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
foul.
that was the danger, dude. That was also
danger.
part of the fun, right?
Yeah,
So
it was. Yeah.
you have your shuffle on, and I'll be playing, like it'll be playing like a T Grizzly song, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like busy, like actually busy, right?
Yeah.
I'm cooking, I'm making a barbecue bacon smash. I gotta pull the onion tanglers, otherwise they're gonna burn. And all of a sudden in the background, I hear the do 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 do, and it's Ram Ranch.
Yeah. You're like,
I have to go turn it off. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. I
Yeah.
can't let that play.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that like kind of like what I was saying earlier about it was sort of fun to like pretend I was angry, like just to like goof with
just
you.
mess around. Yeah.
Yeah, like playing that is
It was
like
a good goof. That was so funny.
but the bystanders, they don't know if I'm
No.
actually listening to it or
Right. Exactly.
know, so
Yeah.
it's just my little games that I play.
Yeah. That's like you and Ryan would play games all the time. Ryan convinced a coworker that someone was sleeping underneath the ovens one time, which is fucking absurd.
Do you
That's great.
remember? Do you remember Avery?
Oh yeah, what would you
Oh,
what would you guys
Yeah.
call him? You call him fat slop or some
no,
shit.
no, no,
It
no,
was
no,
the
no,
Sam
no.
Hyde thing.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
What,
Okay.
test tube glove snail
Yeah,
man?
that's
No, no.
That's what
somebody called
Ryan
him that.
called him that.
Yeah.
Ryan would call him that.
On the podcast,
Yeah.
I state that I have never called anybody
Right.
test tube gov snail man. I've never done it.
I know you
I never
haven't.
will. No, I haven't.
Yeah. No. Terrible thing to
But
say.
no, Avery, we would get, we would try to get him to we would do Avery. So, like
yeah.
I'd be in the kitchen and I'd just be, concessions is slammed. Zephyros has no orders. And I would just let out really loud. And I worked on it for like at least a month, trying to get Avery to give me a re. I'm like, come on, Avery. Like, let one fly. Let it go. And I got him to do it finally. He's like, re.
Oh my god.
Dude, he was actually a pretty cool dude, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
he wasn't a bad kid. He worked hard.
when I was working with him in Zephyros, that's when I actually got to know that he was just a nice guy. Like, he liked cosplay. He showed me his Obi-Wan Kenobi cosplay, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Baller.
Yeah. But no, the games that we would play, I mean, obviously, what'll it be, boy? That's a classic.
Hey, what'll it be, boy?
So yeah, lots of fun.
Interactions with him. I remember Rachel used to say some pretty mean shit about him, like around me and shit.
Well, she's a
Her of all
fucking
people
nut.
to be talking.
Yeah.
So,
I remember when Carson made her cry. That was pretty good to be there for.
Rachel, you're 40.
Yeah, he's like, Rachel, you're 40 fucking years old and you're not even an assistant manager at a movie theater. Shut the fuck up. And she just started bawling.
Oh my god,
So
that's so
mean,
fucking
dude.
mean.
Carson, just a legend.
Dude, that kid never liked me. I ran into him like later in life at like a Gander Outdoors or something. He wouldn't even talk to me. I'm like, what's up, Carson? Looks at me, says nothing, walks away. That kid's a fucking asshole. I have nothing nice to say.
You heard it
about
here,
that guy.
folks. With a name like Carson.
We used to use his name to get out of trouble.
Yeah, Carson.
Okay.
I don't say the last name.
Say the last name.
Carson did it.
There was one time where I was riding the bus. I snuck on to Ryan and Nick's bus because I talked to my parents. I'm like, hey, can I hang out at their place? And they're like, yeah, sure. And I was like, okay. So I got on their bus, and the bus driver, Finley McCoy, I don't know if that's actually his name, but that's what people called him. He was just a bus driver. He's not the villain or any type of thing in the story, but they told us, they told me, Nick and Ryan, they're like, if he asks you who you are, just say your name is Carson blank. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And I was all nervous because, like, growing up in the country, like, you don't disrespect the teachers.
Yeah.
Like, at my elementary school, that was like beat into my head, like, really early. Right. And it's part of what made getting to middle school and public school in town so hard for me, because kids have been doing all kinds of wild stuff their whole life in school. That was normal to mess with hey, let's see if we can make the teacher cry today. I'm like, that sounds horrible, right?
Yeah. You guys are terrible people.
Yeah. So I like, they told me, they're like, just say that's your name. And as I was getting off the bus, he goes, you don't ride this bus. What's your name? And I was like, my name's Carson. He goes, okay. He's like, you're going to be getting, you're going to be getting detention for this. I'm like, all right. And I just got off and nothing ever happened.
Carson,
no ramifications.
Yeah, right. What are they going to do? That's funny because I never had any problems with riding other people's buses. We used to bus hop all the time back in the day.
No,
really, no go there.
You needed a teacher's note from, like, you needed a note from your parents and their parents that says, hey, it's okay that you ride this bus today.
Yeah.
Which,
makes sense. They don't want to lose kids and shit.
Sure, yeah, obviously, I want the teachers to make sure that my kid is getting on my bus route to my home.
Exactly.
But when you're a kid and you're like, yeah, it's fine, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. You ever have any horrible medical experiences, Foster? Like, any stories, like procedures or anything you've had to go through?
I've had a couple. I mean, I broke my thumb while I was in Alaska, which was pretty lame. I was skateboarding on these trails at the bottom of the mountain that I worked at a hotel at.
Yeah.
And I remember the song. I was listening to Blueface, "Respect My Crippin'."
Blueface, baby.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, "Give a fuck if you like it, but you gonna respect this crippin'," right? Like
Mhm.
that song.
Yeah.
I was listening to that song and I was skating, and there was this really steep hill that I had gone down multiple times, right? Like I was off work, whatever. Um, and all of a sudden, just speed wobble out of nowhere, just
Death
bit the
wobble.
dust super, super hard. I slid. I don't know how far I slid. It was
I remember
probably
you were like your body,
10
you're scarred
yards.
up, like you're fucked up.
Oh, dude, yeah. Road rash. I still have scars on
Mhm.
both my knees, and the elbows are a little better now, but you can kind of see them. But slid into the guardrail at the edge of the trail, and I got up, and I was, after you fall, you have that 1 second where you're like, all right, I'm okay, but this really hurts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then you got to assess the damage, right?
Yeah.
So my headphones are still playing, and that's like a 2-minute song,
Yeah.
right? So my headphones are still playing, and my thumb is like this, and it won't move.
Yeah.
And I'd never broken a bone before. So in
Yeah.
my head, I'm like, oh, I probably just dislocated my thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I better just pop it back in.
Oh.
So I take my hand and I like shake it.
Oh.
I go like
Oh,
that. I'm like,
God.
oh, okay, all right. Yeah, no, that didn't work. I'm like, maybe if I just push at the knuckle
Oh.
and I pushed on
No.
it and just searing pain. I'm like, all right, well, something else is wrong. So
Cortana, my
then I
shields are
pick up
low.
my shields were very low.
Yeah.
Recharge.
So I grab my skateboard and then I have to walk like a quarter mile
Yeah.
back up this mountain to my like living area. And I'm holding my skateboard and my water bottle, and this hand doesn't work. So I can't reach in my pocket to pause my music.
It's
Right?
just go. Yeah. It's just go.
And it's just Blueface. It's just me and Blueface. We're just
Nice.
walking up the mountain nonstop. I get up to the top and I'm bleeding and I'm hurt. And I was, just talking to people before I went skateboarding. I said, I watched a video about Corridor Crew where this guy learned how to kickflip in one day.
Yeah.
Like, if he can do it, I can do it. I'm going to go land this kickflip. They're like, all right, Royal, go get,
Yeah.
like, I believe in you. And I came back maybe 15, 20 minutes later. And I'm bleeding and I'm broken. I'm like, guys, I didn't land the kickflip.
Oh my
So
God.
then I had to ride in a car for 2 hours to the nearest hospital because it's in the middle of Alaska.
Yeah.
No hospitals. So I had to ride 2 hours to Fairbanks, no pain medicine.
Oh.
I get to the ER. I'm sitting there. I'm literally bleeding into my socks in
Mhm.
both of my legs. And there's these families that are like, I hear them. They're like, yeah, she's just been having a real sniffle and a little bit of a fever, and we just want to get it checked out at the ER.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
As I'm actually injured, like I am in pain, no
Yeah.
painkillers. This is now 2 hours after. So any adrenaline is gone. So my thumb is just in
Yeah.
total pain. I get into the room, another half hour goes by. The nurse comes in. She's like, have you had any painkiller? I'm like, no. She goes, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back. She brings back this huge Vicodin. I'm like,
Papa Vicodin.
finally. So yeah, I took that, and then I was feeling real nice.
Hell yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I had to wait another week to fly home and then get into surgery. So it was like 5 more days that I was in Alaska, just
Yeah.
walking around with my hand in a little brace, with my hand broken, my thumb broken. And then when I got back home, I got into surgery, and they put a plate and 7 screws. You probably can't see on the webcam, but there's a
Okay.
line
Oh yeah.
right
No, you
there.
can kind of see it actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a plate and 7 screws in a bone in my thumb. And yeah, they like after the surgery, they gave me like a little dose of fentanyl for pain through my IV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was
Fuck you up.
that was for real, dude. That
Oh
was
yeah. Yeah.
very
Was it your
very
dominant
effective.
hand?
It's my left hand. So
Okay, looks like you got lucky on that one.
yeah, but the reason it happened, so this is a can of root beer for YouTube reasons.
Yeah. It's
It actually is though. So I was holding my water bottle while I was skating, like this,
Oh,
bigger
yeah.
than this. and I skate normal. So my left foot is in the front. So when I fell, I was holding this big water bottle, and you can see the scuff marks down the side of my water bottle from the asphalt. So when I hit, the water bottle pushed back on my thumb like that. And so my thumb basically, I'll do it with this hand. My thumb basically folded like that. And that's how it broke. And so it broke right through my knuckle and my joint. So it's better. It's a little better now, but like I can't get this one as far down as my right. Like my mobility has changed forever. My left thumb gets like really sore when it's really cold, because I can feel like the plate, and there's still like numbness along my scar. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, goddamn,
it's pretty bad.
Jackson, what about you? Any medical?
Yeah, mine pales in comparison to that. Fucking just nothing really serious except for the ingrown toenails, man. If you've never gotten that operation, that's 6 shots going right into your big toe.
Yeah, I got it done too, man.
You're gonna want to cry. I've had it done twice, and I will have to get it done again. It's gonna happen. But that's definitely the worst. Doesn't seem to be as bad as that, because you do get numb after a while. But the feeling of cold steel on your bone and your toe is not cool. I hate that. Never again. That's my only really terrible thing I've had happen.
For me, it wasn't an injury, it was an internal problem. So
I know what this is.
Yeah. You know what this is. So I had kidney stones at the age of 19. So I remember I was just at my apartment out west with Ricky and Henriette. No one was home. It was like a Saturday or Sunday. Ricky and Henriette worked weekends or something. And I just remember, like, I woke up in the morning with just sharp pains in my side. And I was like, is my appendix bursting? Like, what's going on here? So I took a shower and tried to ignore it. But dude, it was just like stinging pain. And the more I moved, the more it hurt. Like, I'm talking like I was gonna pass out from like the pain. Like, it was that bad. Like, they compare some kidney stones to like literally giving birth to a child. Like, it is literally compared to like that pain level. Like, and so and women can get kidney stones too. It's more dominant in men. I think women can get gallbladder stones a lot easier. I've never had a gallbladder stone, and God, I never want one of those. But anyways, kidney stones, for those of you out there that don't know this, they're very tiny. Like, they can literally be the size of like the head of a pen, and they can cause excruciating pain. And usually they're made out of the most common two things are calcium oxalate or calcium phosphate. So 2 different types of calcium. It's just that means that you're either your diet's too rich in calcium, or like your body just doesn't process it well. In my case, I think it was calcium phosphate. So like the most common they could be made out of, which just means like drink more water, which as a kid, I was stupid. I was really bad about that. I just drink pop all the time. And then like also like just like like less processed shit, and that's like then like they go away. Like, your body won't produce them as much. It just kind of also depends on who you are. There are people that genetically just keep producing them, but they're a genetic thing. Like, if your grandpa had them, you're most likely going to have them if you don't like take care of yourself, kind of deal, right? So I get this sharp pain. I don't know what to do. I call my dad. I'm like, Dad, I don't think I can drive myself to the hospital right now. And this is the first time I've ever had to like go to the ER. I've never been to the ER for like anything. I've usually been like pretty much clean bill of health leading up to this. My dad leaves work. And so, no, this must have been a weekday. I must have had work off. My dad leaves work. He comes and picks me up. He brings me to the ER. I literally pass out on the way from the pain. Like, I literally go unconscious in like the passenger seat. I wake up when I get there because my dad's like, you need to come, like he was trying to get somebody to come get me in, but they're all fucking busy. It was the ER, whatever. So he helps me in there, and they get me in. They immediately give me morphine through like an IV or whatever in the ER. And I remember just like going to sleep because like it just felt good and I could finally like relax. I went to sleep. I wake up. I guess it was like maybe 15 minutes later. My dad wasn't in there with me. He was outside the room. I wake up. I'm covered in hives. That's when I found out that I was allergic to morphine because I'd never had morphine. And I'm like,
no shit.
I'm like, yeah, dude, I have like red spots. Like, I'm like itchy. I'm like, oh, and the nurse comes in. She's like, oh. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, and so like they immediately like get that. Yeah, they immediately. So I have an allergy to morphine.
So I might be allergic then, right?
Potentially. It could be.
Well, Paul, just the contrast of like finally relief and feeling nice.
Yeah.
It's
And like, oh, like you slip away into sleep and then you wake
Yeah.
up and it's
you're
just
all fucked up.
everything
You're
is worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
That's
like,
awful,
I'm like,
dude.
oh fuck, now my kidney hurts and I'm fucking covered in itchy fucking hives. Like this sucks. And she's like, oh my god. So like they get me on. So I have to take. It's a stronger painkiller than morphine. But now if I ever go to the hospital, it's called. It starts with a D. What's it called?
Dilaudid.
Dilaudid. So they put me on
Yes.
Dilaudid. That shit's. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Lil Pump raps about it in his new single, Mosh Pit, dude.
Yeah, dude, Dilaudid, dude. So they get me on Dilaudid because that doesn't give me reactions, I find out, and that's like what I have to use for a painkiller. And they do the x-rays and they're like, yeah, they bring it in, and it's just this tiny little white speck in like this kidney on this side. So like my right side. It's this tiny little white speck. He's like, yep, that's a stone, and like that's what's causing your pain. It must have moved. Here's like some ideas on it. Like they don't have like a way to just flush your kidney, dude. There isn't just like a pill that makes you pass it. You literally have to let it pass. You have to deal with it. So they gave me like a big fucking prescription of hydrocodone. I had to literally like take like a month off of work because I didn't know how long this was going to take to pass. And so I was literally on pain pills every single day, pissing blood, just until I eventually passed it. I passed.
Dude, you were full Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah,
bro.
dude, I was pissing blood, and they gave me a little strainer. They gave me a little strainer so I could piss into the strainer and catch it, and so they could figure out what it was made out of, right? Because like,
so not like a souvenir. They don't put it in like a little vial.
No.
Okay.
So I get it. I put it in the bag. I finally passed it. It was like the most painful. But dude, after it passed, you're like, oh, it's gone. Like you're like, it's gone. But dude, you can feel it come out, and it's like that tiny little thing, dude. I was like, like it wasn't good. It wasn't good. So I pass it, put it in the bag. I bring it in. He's like, yep, it's calcium phosphate. We analyze it. Super common. Here's how to avoid it. And then like, while like this month though of me trying to pass it, I was doing all the at-home remedies. Mixing olive oil and lemon juice 50-50 in a 16-ounce glass. You're supposed to drink, dude. The lemon juice is supposed to like sterilize and break it down, and the olive oil is supposed to lube up your kidney for it to pat. Didn't work. I drank like 2 I was like, I almost vomiting from drinking that.
Dude, bro, you played yourself on that one.
I did. I played myself. Like I
throw up. That's
dude, I tried everything under the sun. So anyways, long story short, I was like, all's good. After that, I kind of recover. It's about a week later. Nate hits me, or not Nate, Ryan and Nick hit me up. Yo, you want to go to Superior Skate Park and fucking hit the pipes and shit? Like, yeah, man, let's go. I go out there. I'm hitting the halfer on like the kiddie side of the park. I'd always try to like do a 50-50 on that and come down the ramp.
Dude, I might have been there. One of those days.
Yeah.
You were trying to Christ air. Dude.
Yeah, I was trying to Christ air. Yeah, at one point I was trying to Christ air. Anyways, I go to do a 50-50 and like I kind of fall. And I get up and like, it wasn't a bad fall, but I'm like, I'm getting that kidney pain again. And I literally just start sweating. And I'm like, oh no, dude. Like it's happening again. And like Nick had driven me from his house to like, my car wasn't there. I'm like, dude, you need to drive me back to your house right now. Something's wrong. He's like, dude, you want me to bring you to the ER? I'm like, no, just let me get my car and I'll go. So he gets me back to his house. I drive just sweating bullets to the ER, like across the bridge into Minnesota from Superior. I'd go to the hospital. I'd go to the ER myself this time. I get in there. They put me on Dilaudid again. I'm like, something's wrong. They do another scan. There's 2 more stones they didn't see.
Oh my God.
They were both smaller than the first one. Okay. They were pretty much neck and neck close to each other. Same thing. They give me pills. And then like, another month goes by. I haven't passed them, dude. I'm in severe pain. I'm running out of pain pills. I'm literally like, what do I do? So I call them back. I'm like, what do I do? And they're like, come in. We'll get you another x-ray. I go in to get another x-ray. They are literally like lodged next to each other in my connection from like my kidney to my bladder. So they are stuck. Like they're stuck there. And he's just like, well, we have to do surgery. And so like, I'm like, what? Do you have to like cut me open? They're like, nah, dude. It's like, we either do like a sonar bath, which is like, you sit in a bathtub and they do like a bunch of vibrations and it's supposed to like knock them loose. But they didn't do that. They did a laser rock. I can't, whatever the fucking scientific term is for a laser surgery. Okay. Like a laser
laserectomy,
whatever it is, with the fucking camera. So this is what they did. I go into surgery at like midnight that night. They're like, you're going to stay the night at the hospital. You're going to go into surgery at midnight. I'm like, okay. They go in there like, "Oh, have you done any street drugs? We're gonna put you under." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. I've done this, you know." And then they're like,
I've
"Okay,"
done all of
because
them.
if you lie, you can die. Like you can straight up die. Like they can
Yeah.
give you like anesthetic, fucks with you differently if you've had different stuff in your system at some point. And so I fucking pass out, right? I wake up like nothing ever happened. You know, it's weird going under for surgery.
It is.
It's like I'm
Yeah.
like, did it happen? They're like, yeah, you're done. I'm like, what the fuck? So what they did, dude, they took a camera and the doctor had like a laser, like an Atari style joystick. He showed me it
I have a
before I went.
question.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have a
yeah.
question.
Yeah.
What, Paul, tell us, what was the point of entry?
My cock.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they went
yes,
through my
yes.
cock hole.
Dude, I'm literally gonna fucking
He went through my
throw up.
cock hole. So he went through there and he's got like a Space Invaders style CRT with a fucking joystick with a camera going through my fucking, you know, all up in there through my bladder to my kidney. And he's like zapping them with the laser, like pew pew, breaking them up. Like he's literally like
Dude.
breaking, like he's hitting them with the laser and breaks up the two little stones into tiny little fragments. And then he's like, and I wake up and I'm like, oh, like it's still kind of sore. They're like, yeah, we had to put like a 16-inch stent, which is like a rubber thing with holes in it with two circles on the end that's
Oh.
supposed to allow the blood, like the discharge from the surgery, to flow from like your bladder and kidney out through your peel. Jackson fucking hates this. It's so good.
I'm gonna literally throw
Yeah,
up.
I'm
I
almost
turned
done.
you down. I just muted you. I was about to. I'm gonna throw up. I can't. That
Okay.
shit, dude.
Oh, I
I'm
know.
gonna die
It's
if I
bad.
have 'em.
It's that. I know.
drink water.
I know. Drink water. Drink lots of water. And so they're like, yeah, and then you're gonna come back in about 2 weeks and we're gonna pull the stent out. And I'm like, okay, all right. Dude, having the stent in, I think was more painful than the fucking stones. Every time you peed, you're like, run. Like, dude, it's bad. It's really bad.
Wait,
It's like
that's not normal?
Yeah, right.
That's not normal?
the stent. That's not normal. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be going like you shouldn't be doing that. When you
Don't
Like
piss.
Tom Hanks, the Green Mile, going outside trying to take a piss.
Yeah, dude.
I might have to go to the doctor.
Yeah, fuck. So, anyways, I have this stent. I was pissing more blood before because it's all like the fragments are coming out and shit. So I was just pissing blood. I wake up one morning, dude. I'm trying to pee. I feel like I'm peeing, but I look down and nothing's coming out. Blood clot, boom, like fucking butt shots, the back of the toilet, dude, white toilet, and I'm just like oh, control the stream, and
oh my god,
and so I go back that 2 months later or 2 weeks later, and all they gave me was one pill of Valium. Take it 30 minutes before the stent removal, and someone has to drive you home. And I'm like, well, I've never had Valium. They gave me one like 1 or 2 milligram pill or something. Yeah, I don't know. Never had Valium. I take the Valium, you know, like before my dad picks me up. I get there, I'm just reading magazines in like the waiting room before we go in, and I just start busting. Like I'm just laughing uncontrollably for no reason. And my dad's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "I think it's the Valium." Like I'm just like losing it. And
oopsie daisy. So
I go in there and I'm like, all right, let's get this show on the road. Like I'm ready to do it. Like I'm all hip, like all energized from the Valium. I get in there. Dude's like, yeah, so here's the camera here so you can see me. And I'm like, wait, I'm not going under? He's like, no, we remove it while you're awake.
No.
So he literally moves his screen down on a boom such as this in front of him. He's like, here, you want to watch? I'm like, no, dude, I just want to read this Cabela's magazine, if that's all right with you. I don't want to see that shit.
Dude, he gave you the live action POV action.
He gave me the live action POV action.
I would have started fighting people until I was put under, all right?
Oh my god.
So he's like, it literally takes like less than 10 seconds and it's just going to feel really odd. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to see. Got my pants down. I got I'm sitting in the chair, legs are spread. And all I feel is like, because the Valium, I can't really feel much anyways, but all I feel is like pressure and it just, like he just comes out quick. And I feel like it was like reverse peeing. That's what it felt like.
Ugh.
That's all I can describe it as if like my cock became an anteater and was sucking liquid in and not pissing it out. I know. I was like, this isn't good. And then like, yeah, that was it. And that was the worst medical experience of my life. I had a total of 3 kidney stones at 19. One was pretty big. The other 2 were pretty tiny. Drink water, everybody out there. Drink lots of water. Stay away from processed foods. I ate a lot of frozen pizzas and pizza rolls. Those things are stuffed with fucking calcium. Stay away from it. Not
Yeah,
good.
dude.
Drink
Energy
over 2
energy
liters of
drinks
water a
too.
day. Yeah, they're bad.
Energy
Terrible.
drinks. They're one of my managers when I worked at Walmart, shout out to Walmart, but when I worked at Walmart, one of my managers would always drink those Monster, I forget what they're called, like Monster H2O or something.
Oh, yeah.
They're like in the bottles. They're really good, but he would drink them all the time, and he got kidney stones. Same thing. He got kidney stones, and he was gone for, I think it made him like puke.
Yeah.
Like the pain was so bad. Like, so yeah. Drink water, kids.
The second time, like when I knocked them loose at the skate park, the other two, I literally had to quit my job. They were like, "You can't take any more time off." And I'm like, "Well, then I quit because I can't work. I can't work on pain pills. You want me there fucked up in pain half the time? No, you don't." So it was some dead end job anyways. I can't remember exactly where it was, but I remember like not being worried. Like I had like I've always been decent with money. Like I'm always the type of guy to at least have at least between 3 and 6 months of revenue to like afford to live in case something happens, like my job or something medical has to get done and I have to quit or something. So I was very lucky in that aspect because I was living with roommates on that time. Like I was paying my own bills and shit, and like.
Was that when you worked at Grasshopper or whatever it's called?
Cricket? Grasshopper. Dude, I think it literally, no, you're right. I think it literally was Cricket. I didn't
know if you wanted to name drop Cricket or not. So
I don't give a fuck about Cricket. Fuck that place.
Right on. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Stick it to them.
But unless you guys got any hot topics you wanted to bring up, we're at about an hour and a half here, dude. That felt like 10 minutes of talking.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? This is a good show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, the only other thing was BattleBots. You can't really go far with that.
Hey, but you'll come on. If you want to talk about BattleBots now, you can, or you can obviously come on again whenever you want.
No. If I'm back, I want to do some research on BattleBots. Okay. And I want to come. I want to come with some knowledge.
Come prepared.
Yeah. Because I don't know. We could talk about the most effective attack types. Whether you're a centrifugal, a flipper,
fuck
dude.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Saw. Bees.
That's right. Dude, there's flamethrowers.
There's
mini bots. If we really went into BattleBots now, it would be too long. So
hell yeah.
We'll bank that one.
Foster, is anything you wanted to say or before we sign off here? Anything to all the viewers out there? And thank you for coming on, Foster. It was a great show. Great conversation. It felt like we're just hanging out. It was awesome, man. It was a good time. Thanks for coming on.
I don't know. Not really. I mean, I'm not a big social media guy, so otherwise I'd say plug my socials.
Yeah, well, hey, and two, after, if you think about it, just send me the links. I'll put it in the description below. But if you don't care about it, no big deal.
No, it's no big deal. It's a lot of fun to come on. I've never done anything like this.
You did great.
Really,
Yeah.
So, but it's very cool because I listen to podcasts and I've always kind of thought oh well, this is how well that would be a fun thing to talk about. When you guys are talking about stuff, and it's oh yeah, I actually have a cool story about that. It's really fun to come on and hang out. And I mean, we're friends anyway.
Yeah.
So it's kind of easy, but thank you for having me on.
Of course.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're a natural. It was really fun. And anytime, man, you'll be on again. It'll happen. Good. For sure. Probably within the next couple months here, we'll book you again.
Sweet.
But yeah, man, thanks for coming on. Jackson, anything you wanted to say before I sign us off?
I got nothing for you. Just keep fucking giving us views, please. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thank you for all the subscribers we've got. We've gained 35 in the last 20 days. That's pretty good. And we're just
a couple of days.
We're still we're cranking out content. You can find all of our shorts, reels, and stuff across Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, TikTok, Facebook. It's all in the description below. Thank you so much, everybody. This is Gutterball number 29.